Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield. Siege Run here. We have another Pauper video for you today, and we're playing a user submitted deck, and this deck was really fun to play. So is it land destruction, I guess is what you would call it. So we did try a version in the past that was blue-green, and it used a couple of cards that bounced lands and whatnot. The temporal card that was blue-green, but it mainly revolved around like boomerang and stuff like that. So if you don't know boomerang, it's a very classic card to return target permanent to its owner's hand. So this deck came from In Buns, so thank you very much for submitting this deck. We played a couple matches, and then I changed a couple numbers and cards out of it that I think may make it a little bit better. But honestly, I was very pleased with how this deck performed. So basically how it works, use Boomerang. Hoodwink is the same kind of card, which you bounce lands back to your opponent's hand. But then it uses this really cool suite of 8 cards. So it uses Turf Wound, which says target player can't play lands this turn, and you draw a card. And it also saw for Tara, which is the same thing. So the target player can't play lands this turn, draw a card. So this was actually really good against a bunch of gate decks, which we do play against, because they play a tap land, you boomerang it, you get to turn 3, you play Sword for Tara or Turf Wound, you do it again the following turn, or you boomerang the following turn, and then you kind of just work your way up with lands and then get to the end range of playing a Tellurian Terror for 1 mana, because they're all instants and sorceries, or you're just dropping, more land returning cards like Fogbringer, or you're finishing them off with a Monarch card. So either playing the Commodore or the Fleet Admiral or the 5 mana Staunch Throwing Guard, which I do like the mix with anyway. So yeah, boomeranging their lands back, playing Turfwound Sophotaras every turn, boomeranging some more, then playing a Monarch when they don't really have anything else out, drawing 2 cards, continuing to do that until they lose the will, or you beat down with a couple of Tellurian Terrors, use the Fire Ice for fun. So this was the main deck. It was pretty fun to play. You got Graveyard Hate, Red Blast, Blue Blast, and a couple of Sabotage in the sideboard. And then I will just pop over to what I did redefine it as. So this is the deck that I ended up with in the end. So this is a different variant. I kind of changed the curve a little bit. I still kept the main card, so Hoodwink, Boomerang, Sophotaras, Turf Wounds, and the Breath Weapon. The Breath Weapon was very good, but I did add in Screds and Brainstorms. Reason being is we can draw some air sometimes, so I like the idea of being able to brainstorm away so it doesn't matter, especially when we have the Monarch. And also Scred is very powerful. It's just a way to handle key creatures or survive that early game, get rid of those early creatures, so then we can play our Monarch creatures in the later game. So I did swap over to just running 3 of the Azure Fleet Admirals. I guess in terms of this Monarch card, I wanted to change it because the other 2, the red one was a 5/2, so it didn't get around Breath Weapon, and then also I like the Staunch. I was a big fan of it, but I think just having 4 mana, the cheaper the better, essentially, and then we can play around our other stuff to try and get the job done with Breath Weapons and Screds to kind of keep the board in a good tidy manner. I did go up to extra lowering reveal because I wanted to be able to get more land drops. I kept it at 18 and just added some Perilous Landscapes as well. That was the main deck. Sideboard wise, what I did do was kept the relics, went down to 4 Hydro Blast, 4 Red Blast, and then I'm just running 4 cards into the fire again for more crowd control. I've been a very big fan of this card because also it's exiling artifacts. So it's actually also a hoodwink for the Jund decks and whatnot to hit their artifact lands and what have you. So I was keen to run that, and yeah, dealing 1 damage to 2 different creatures can be quite powerful anyway. So that's this deck. If you are keen to send through your deck to me, I do have my memberships of the 2nd tier membership, which I will take your deck and play it through a couple matches, and then I can also tweak it as well. Otherwise, you can support my channel through the other memberships, or liking, subscribing, or using my code Siege Run when you go through Mana Traders. They do have the extra Pauper clause in their cheapest payment on their website. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's play some Magic the Gathering, shall we? I'll see you in the first one. This hand is sadly not keepable. It's some very cool old arts, actually, which is pretty cool. We'll keep this one. I think we want to kind of try and get to the Fogbringer. It's all pretty important, as well as the land. I think we even probably... Let's just ditch this and see if we can just go use our lands and Breath Weapon and then take it from there. Oh, we're playing against Gates. Well, I think Gates is like okay, actually, against our style of deck, because we just want to boomerang their lands. Do wish we had the other boomerang, though. And we'll see if they're going to play like a Sacred Cow or something here. They don't. Okay, so we're just going to like literally just boomerang that. Yeah, let's do it now. We could do it in the upkeep technically, but they're just Naya, so it doesn't really matter as much. And hopefully we can just drop a Crimson Fleet. We need to draw another land. Boomerang's still our preferred draw, but at least we can abrade whatever, you know? It's good land, abrade, I think. Oh, I like that. So let's set the upkeep stop. So they can't play lands this turn. We got another one as well. Oh, this is going to be fun. Hopefully we can just go Fogbringer and then return the Cliffgate. Exactly what Pauper ordered. Alright. I don't know how we'll go with an actual win con, but that's fine. I'm having fun. Oh, cleanup. They have the land in their hand though. Oh, right, sorry, they can't play lands in their hand. We're just going to do exactly what we just did before. We need to draw that land, then we need a Crimson. Solfatara. Such a cool card. Alright. And we'll draw on our upkeep. Yeah, they're just bolting so we don't go to discard. That's fine. That's fine, my dude. Alright. Draw a land, please. Alright, 2 lands. Well, let's just go. I think we honestly play the Fogbringer, to be honest. And then return the Cliffgate. And then hopefully we just play the Crimson Commodore. It's a 5/2. It's working. It's working in Buns. It's working. Okay, they didn't even play. I'll still keep the upkeep stop, I think. It's still important. Yep, there's the Cliffgate. Alright, now we start whittling them down with what we have. I think we do spend this turn, sorry, to play the Commodore. Because we have ways to handle everything else. It's a 5/2 as well. We get the Monarch, and then, you know, if we have another Boomerang, we just Boomerang 2 things. We have our blocker. We can even just... Yeah, this is good. We're drawing 2 cards a turn. We have no plays. They might want to, you know, they run journeys and stuff. Yeah, here's a journey to nowhere. It's a fair cop. That's still fine. Alright, we draw a land. So what we can do is, I mean, we just Boomerang first. Return one of these. We'll play the Commodore again, I believe. It's probably the best form of action here. Let's just keep trying to draw one. In for 2. If they targeted that, then we could have like Boomeranged the Journey to Nowhere to bring the Fogbringer back, but they'll just do it again. No other plays I have. The Breath Weapon kind of doesn't sit too well with what we have. The Outlaw Medic. That's okay. We can abrade that. And we will abrade that. Abrade this first. And then let's cast Great on that. Do 3 to this. Yeah, they draw a card. That's fine though. Can't believe this is kind of working. If they get the Monarch back, it's like we have all this stuff going on. Return that to their hand as well. Let's go. It's just funny. It's probably the best matchup for us, to be honest. Yeah. We'll see if they want to keep playing though. It feels like a very frustrating deck to play against. They're obviously playing their deck. I don't really want to bring in too much of the blast. I do like the split though. So playing against him. Oh yes, and they just saying look forward to watching this on the channel. Things that I probably want to change. I think the breath weapons. I mean, they do hit the skies. There's green, red. I don't think we really want to run much of this stuff, to be honest. I think we just keep it as is. I'm pretty happy with how it is. On the draw is a little bit worse, I think. Because they can play their Sacred Cats and at least get something down. We'll have to mull this. I guess we don't have to. Reveal for an island. Breath weapon. Let's keep this and see what happens. We do have a Tolarian Terror. Just to get to 4 mana before the Solfatara doesn't work as well. Solfatara is kind of good if you ramp into a turn 2 with an elf. Right, we'll keep the upkeep stop. Right, we did just get a Reckless Impulse. This hand probably doesn't work out much though this time around. That's okay. Did we just draw land? No. We are gonna go island, cycle now. Get an island. I mean, this breath weapon might come in handy, to be honest. Grab an island. Play the island, and then we'll pass. Alright, and yeah, we just let them do their thing. I think what we want to do is, hard to know. Hopefully they just play some more creatures, and then we can breath weapon on their other end step, or we just solve for Tara. It gets really crazy. Outlaw Medic, okay. More inclined just to solve for Tara on their turn. And just, yeah, let them attack a couple times. We'll get ahead a little bit first, and then we'll see how we go. Like, we can play this, solve for Tara on there. And then we can go like Fogbringer next turn. Might have another Outlaw Medic though, I guess. I was thinking we could even just drop a Terror soon. Even with both. Might just have another Outlaw Medic. And a Sacred Cat. Okay, I mean they're doing good from an aggro point of view, that's for sure. I think we still play the Fogbringer, return a land. If we had a Boomerang, would have been a little bit better because we can Solfatara this turn and then on their turn, sorry, and then we can Fogbring, and then if we draw, no, we got 2 more turf rounds. We could also just play the Fogbringer, bounce their land, and then we can and then from here, if we, I mean, it really depends if we draw a mountain basically, but we can turf around and then just like abrade or whatever. I'm in one mind to just block the Sacred Cat, because then we can you know, they can flush it back, but then we can breath weapon quite nicely. Oh, nah, it gives them a play to do anyway, so they can play that tap land this turn. There's a forest, and they're playing a Malevolent Rumble. Fair cop, fair cop. Boomerang would be nice. I mean, those are also good. I think we... So we could actually do an Impulse first. We could Impulse, and then we have 4 in the bin, and then they cost 3. We'd have to hit a land as well. I think we just saw Fatara again. I think we just block the Sacred Cat now. We do this first. I think we do this one. And then we can quite easily, I think, just drop a I think we block the Sacred Cat, let them, you know, let them do their thing, and then we just have 2 Tolarian Terrors just to crack in. Let them use their mana. Another Outlaw Medic. That's not going to do much against these Tolarian Terrors, to be honest. Draw as well. Hopefully we just hit a land. Mountain's good. This is where we've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 4, so it costs 3. So I'm tempted to Reckless Impulse. Or we could actually just do the Tofter and then just hit one of the Outlaw Medics. Let's do that. Let's do that. With an Abrade. Well, you know, we can just do the breath weapon. Breath weapon's very tempting, but we will still just Abrade. I think a medic here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we can play these terrors pretty much for free. So hopefully we hit a boomerang, to be honest. I think that's going to be our best. Yeah, they're just in the Sacred Cat here. Fair enough. Sophatura or any other effect really. Otherwise we will Impulse to look for one, I think. It's pretty free to do. A boomerang would be like peak. That is definitely not it. I think we cycle through this Ash Barrens. Let's just go Tolarian Terror. Tolarian Terror, and then like finally get to play a land. And then we'll cycle through this Ash Barrens. Let's get rid of a land. Or 5, yeah. They can probably start to do stuff now. They're on 31, which is a very high amount. All right, they're doing nothing extreme, which is good for us. All right, our turn. That's a turf wound. But I was meant to do the Ash Barrens. I'm just thinking 2, 4. We can't do everything. It's pretty brutal that we flipped both of these. Probably playing this one with the Vigilance is better. And then we cycle the Ash Barrens after. Can we just pass and then we can, yeah, breath weapon them. Get the Monarch. They'll likely have like a journey to nowhere or something like that, I have a feeling. But these Talarians are gonna be hard to deal with. Get a mountain as well. Just a Chrysalis. Yep, Chrysalis. Okay. We can deal with that though. Like we have, you know, it'll be a... Well, they do have the other Eldrazi spawn, don't they? A lot of mana now. We might even have to trade a... We might have to trade 1 Terra for a Chrysalis, I think. Get another mountain. So I think we play a Fogbringer and then the Solfatara. This would be what, a 5/6? So we'd have to double block it. I think we want to... Then we just block this with the Fogbringer and like this. Now we need a breath weapon on our turn just to get rid of everything. Yeah, I think we just pass and do the turf wound. If we hit a boomerang as well, that's good. And we just chill the Monarch. Alright, so we go to them. Let's do the turf wound on their turn. Multiple of these is very good. So we'll go. What's the work? There we go. Just another one. Well, they're never playing a land again, but they've so much mana anyway. I think we just block the Chrysalis. Alright, let's just breath weapon now. Get rid of everything. They're never playing a land again. They have to sack the spawns here. They probably want to use their prismatic strands, what I can imagine. There's their strands. Okay. We're never playing a land again. Let's just... Things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just play this. And then we can still Solfatara on their turn. Put away this, I guess. And then in the upkeep, we'll do the Solfatara again. Under no real threat just yet. Them not having counter spells makes things a lot easier for us. Okay, sorry, it's their turn, so let's see what they do. I think I'm quite happy just to run them, like we're just gonna Monarch every turn, you know? They do have multiple strands. We draw a card here. Hopefully it's just another, like a boomerang effect. That's interesting. A lot of white. Let's just play this. I'm in 2 minds just to shoot those two, to be honest. Or we could fire off another breath weapon. Let's just go to their turn and we can do everything on their end step anyway. If we hit a boomerang, that's even better for us. What's this? We draw a card. I do like, oh, that's pretty good. Yep, let's go to their upkeep. Oh, making a treasure token. Okay. They can do that, that's fine. Target them with this. And then instead we will breath weapon just twice, I'd say. Maybe even do the fire ass first, and then I like drawing cards though. And let's just fire. Let's sort out their strands here, I guess. Okay, they just F6 through that. Let's try and just fire this then. 1, 2. They probably don't want F6 in this, because otherwise we're just going to be attacking next turn, which is pretty cracked. They probably weren't expecting that that there. Yeah, it was an awkward F6. But now we can, yeah, now they're doing strands, which makes sense. All right, then our turn, and then now we can start cranking in with these Tolarian Terrors now. We draw a card here. Right. They're on a fair bit of life, don't get me wrong. Honestly, let's just attack first. And we'll play this other Tolarian Terror. One, and then we'll see what they do, because ideally I just want a breath weapon here and then just ping them both. No terror. Okay. Well, now they can play lands, which is good for them. We could tap down a land, I guess. Nah, I don't think it's worth it. Let me just tap down whatever and then just crank in with a bunch of Tolarian Terrors. And also, depending on what they do, we can drop a... there's a Basilisk Gate there. Honestly, if they want to use this, I think we just tap it down. Just ice it. And then crank in with everything. 5, 10, 15, 17. Playing a cat. Okay. Right. I think let's just attack with the 3 terrors and play the other terror. We'll boomerang this first. Let's attack with everything. We'll just attack 3 terrors. Bing, bang, boom. And we'll play our 4th terror. I mean, having the Monarch for 5 turns in a row is pretty good. Play the terror. Probably should just cycle this now. So just saying GG's. Alright. Felt good. Felt good against the Gates deck. It's probably good against Ephemerate as well. Multiple terrors. Thank you, Rise of the Comments, for the games. Appreciate it. We're on the play here. Let's see what we get. Can't keep this, sadly. We'll put this one away. This is better. This is good. Let's probably even just get rid of this Ash Barrens and then we'll go Swift Water into Shenanigans. We need to do hit into some extra action though to get anywhere. So we played against Gates first. Gain some life, pass the turn. We're keeping the upkeep stop because that's what we found was good with the deck. Alright, we're playing against Gates again. Alright, let's put these hoodwinks to work, eh? Absolute hoodwink. We haven't seen any of the Eye of Nowheres yet. Solfatara is what we want to draw, so we definitely go land, and then we'll stop in that upkeep, we'll do Solfatara. People are just playing different shades of the combo, you know? Anyway, there's not a lot of green-black that we have to worry about. I think people are going to enjoy playing against this deck, because we're literally just doing this every turn. So... okay. That's a good one. Alright, I kind of want to just use that though. So I think we're just lone rebuilding and drawing 3. I think it's just what we got to do. They're going to get some lands now. At least it's tapped, I guess, is the thing. And know about its breath weapon, which makes that so much worse. Here's the island. We'll play the mountain because they, I'm pretty sure, are aware of it. We'll play this lone rebuild. Again, they haven't done too much, so hopefully we can just do like a breath weapon and then just play... I mean, just playing a terror is pretty good. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could go Reckless Pulse 5. Oh, it's like a Gardens list. That's cool. We've got an Ash Barrens. Let's just go Reckless Impulse first. Try and hit like a Boomerang-esque effect. They haven't done much else either. Oh, that's until the next turn. So I kind of just want to play this Commodore, to be honest. I could play the Commodore next turn, tap down a land. Do what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that costs 2. And we can tap down a land. I like that better. Let's just play the Terror. And then on that upkeep, we'll tap down a land. And they'll play the Crimson Fleet. Just going to cast down that. No, just offering that. Okay, sure. Right, we will tap down, so we'll ice their land. So F6 through their turn now, and then we'll play the Commodore. Hopefully that's enough, and we can just get in with Terror every turn. Seems good. I feel like Monarch is hard for them to beat. I mean, sometimes the Green Black Gardens lists do run particular spells and what have you. There it is. There's the bow. There's the famous bow, and they have to go to discard. Okay, we've got the turf rounds. We've got 4, 5, 6. I am interested in playing a land. So we can play the turf round as well. I'm just worried if they go... They can play our All Mate. Let's just attack for 5. We will play the Monarch. I think we're safe to do the turf around, which sounds crazy, but I do want to draw more cards. If they have the haste effect, like the Bitter Reunion, it just is what it is. But I think we can just play how we are, especially because we've got the Boomerang stuff. We can just crack it every turn. Yeah, Chrysalis. There is Chrysalis, and Chrysalis is a problem for us. We can play this 3/3, but and they're playing like a Wellspring, it looks like. Now they're exploring, so it's bigger. Okay. I think honestly what we're going to do is just we're going to Boomerang this Chrysalis, really. Let's just play the Ash Barrens. We have the land. We have the Monarch. I really do just want to hit this, bounce this Chrysalis. We have no other way to get rid of it though. No enough mana to bring it back as well. Maybe let's just do an impulse first and see what we hit. Alright, so we can turf around again. Yeah. Okay. No, they don't want to play anymore. Okay, fair enough. Alright, okay, alright. It's probably pretty cooked, I guess. We don't have anything for the Chrysalis or green, so I think we actually honestly just run it back. It feels alright. It feels alright. I thought they left the game, so I realized they do say it's like has left the game. That actually means they're still happy to play. It's just funny. We have to mull this. All right, we will keep this. I think a land is what's going away, sadly. We're very looking towards boomeranging ASAP. All right, let's just go tap land, say go. We will boomerang them. We got the Commodore, so we have a decent-ish decent-ish go of it. Yeah, we're still going to bounce that bad boy. Just do this now, I guess. Being the aim of the game is for them never to get to a Chrysalis. That is the plan. Everyone's playing Gates. It's so expensive. Gates are so expensive. Hopefully we just draw another boomerang, to be honest. And then we just curve out quite nicely into our other things. The turf round is very nice. Well, we definitely go for that turf round, then we get to play the Fogbringer. Actually, this is a sick deck in Barnes. This is sick. And then we're just going to Fogbringer them for 2 turns straight and then play the Crimson Fleet Commodore. Seems good. You can take my braid. They even Fogbringers are, as they say, creatures. Oh, this is funny. Feels like yeah. They're just playing that Black Dragon Gate for the next 2 turns. It's so funny. Definitely playing first. This hand, look, is actually keepable because we can just get another island. I wish we did have a red source though. I think the fact that we can tap though, we can ice. I can't believe this is a common. That is insane to me. I love it when they mulligan. We're on the play and we get a boomerang stuff. This deck's sick. This deck's so good. Go straight to their turn, and then we're gonna island cycle or basic land cycle for an island because I want to be able to eye of nowhere. Okay, that is a problem. It's tempting to choose what to do. So we'll get an island. Let's just pass. If they want to inside out us, that's fine. Because I'd rather honestly ice end step to try and draw. It's fine, you can hit for 1. Maybe even just ice now. The planes, so then I can't do much with it. Hey Mayonnaise, yes, sorry, it is a live stream. I'm just on for a little bit because I want to see how my streams look because I ideally want to. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna be returning that Boros Garrison. I want to just see how the streams kind of look. That's all. We will do this now because they can have inside out. So we'll do it all on our turn. Yeah, Mayonnaise. It's this is from Inbuns. They gave us this list, and I've been playing against Gates decks today, and it's been wrecking them. Yeah, it's been good. All right, we are just going to hoodwink. I think we're just going to hoodwink for a bunch of turns. We do need some lands, and eventually we'll be able to play this Tolarian Terror. All right, deck. Sophatara is not what we want. We will just do this now again. We'll pass. We're going to get beat down by 1/1s, but that's okay. They're literally never going to play another land again because we have these, but I think a mountain is probably best so we can Sophatara and stop them from playing anymore. And they've got the Boros Garrison in their hand as well. Hey, turn clock. Look. Again, we're going to do this right now. Yeah, I'm surprised people. I'm just playing the cubes mayonnaise, and I'm really surprised that people actually, people are actually willing to play against this. But it's happened twice, and they're playing gates. So we really need to find a land. We're pretty unlikely not finding a land yet. You know, once we drop this Fogbringer, I think we're going to be pretty good. Or the Commodore. There's lots of things that can be good. So we got 4, very close to playing the Tolarian Terror. We just need a land so we can play the Sophatara. Hopefully, root a land and draw another land off this Sophatara. Breath Weapon's not that good. We are just... I'm actually going to say I'm sorry. I'm just saying sorry because because the deck does more than this. They said that they love it. Origami I appreciate it. I think this is hilarious. But I mean, like 7 turn clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can actually, if we draw an island, we can finally go Boomerang, play Tolarian Terror. Please, deck, can I draw a land? I just want 1 land. I'll even take a Lorien Revealed at this point. Okay. It's the worst land. The worst land to draw. Because I honestly need it to be a mountain. And the problem is they can have the combo if they have a mountain next turn. So we... Maybe we should use the boomerangs before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 Tolarian Terror. It's difficult. This Ash Barons is so awkward. I think we actually still boomerang 1 more turn and play the Ash Barons. It's just an Ash Barons. And then if we draw a Fogbringer, then that's good. And let's just try and draw a mountain. These breath weapons aren't very good against their deck. I think that's probably what I will change so far is that we'll probably run that. Yeah, Turf's in there, and it's actually been working fairly well. I've been pretty shocked. I think we're pretty cooked now. We will just play a Tolarian Terror. Oh, sorry, I didn't need to tap that, but that's okay. We'll just pass. The Turf Wound's been very good. So Sophatara and the Turf Wound. And the deck's been working well the last 2 matches, which has been pretty funny. I think especially on the play it works. But we've just been a little bit stripped on lands. We really needed like a mountain 6 turns ago. Okay. This means they got rid of their Boros Garrison, which is funny. They can't attack us. Okay, so we can start attacking them. That's the aim of the game. Alright, we will attack. And it looks like we have a boomerang up, so it's like probably they don't want to go on the combo too hard. And then next turn we can Fogbringer. There's an escape tunnel. If they have, yeah, they can't have the combo. I mean, they have the Swift Footing, I think, which is the swap, but. Alright, deck. Boomerang's nice. I think we still want to draw. Like, we could actually play the Crimson Fleet Commodore here. Or we could go, let's do Impulse so we can hit our land drops. Hopefully we hit our land drops here. That is not what I wanted. I think we attack, and then if they want to, we're just using Boomerang as like tempo, I think. These breath weapons have not been good. But I feel like we can get there with everything else. Breath weapons are coming out though. They're not running stuff like the Hawk or anything like that. It's obviously going to get a mountain so they can inside out. But we do have a Boomerang, so we can get them with two hits from this Terror, which is the plan. I think I genuinely just want some kind of like Seer or something like that, just to deal a bunch of damage. Guess you could do Scred. Maybe you can make these Scred so you can deal heaps more damage. Right, the gain of life. Suddenly the clock increases. And you get the Snacker now. They'll surely have another land here. Escape tunnel. Okay. I don't think this Crimson Commodore is where I want to be. We're pretty close to being cooked ourselves here. I think I'm honestly even looking at just like bouncing the Snacker, then getting in. I think we're doing that. And then we can tuck this away. I want great hits off the Impulse. I would rather a land, but that's okay. Okay, so we've got a land. All right, we'll play the land. So I guess we can Fogbringer. Get rid of land. They can't pursue. Well, they can still. Yeah, they just play the mountain. Pursue the pass. Get the Snacker back. Got Fling. It's hard choice, really. Let's just attack. Might be worth it just to let them do their thing and then just Breath Weapon end step. I think that's the best option, to be honest. Like, we could Fogbringer, yeah, but I think it really cuts the mustard. Yeah, they can do that. We just let them do the combo. So we have to do it after this resolves. They've done well for that. Well, now we have to Breath Weapon, and they'll probably just have the other side of it, I would assume. They just inside out this now, which assume they have the other inside out. Just combo off. That doesn't, yeah, that does that. Yeah, you do it on that one. I guess damage mark though, so they can't actually go off. Lauren's escape. Okay, yep, very cool. Alright. Let's try game 2. Relics are pretty important, I think, here. And then also the blue blast. They stop the pursues. Hydros and blue blast. It doesn't matter as much. I'm less hot on like these Crimson Fleet Commodores. I think even Fogbringers are fine. The Abrades are not as good. You cut 5 more cards. I still want all the main stuff. Probably even these, to be honest. Now we got the... We have to run... I'm thinking about cutting the impulses. Actually, sorry, the breath weapons are terrible. We'll cut the breath weapons. And then we'll keep the impulses in. And then run it like this. Oh, thank you, Mayonnaise. I appreciate it. Means a lot. I'm glad people are enjoying them. That's just the aim of the game. So even if just one person's watching it, it's nice. All right, so we'll start off with just a tap land, I think, so we can boomerang. We don't have to get into relic straight away, and we need this red source at some point. We'll keep the upkeep stop there. Those very kind words, thank you. Let's play the relic, and then we'll keep up this blue blast if we need, you know. Such a nice artwork. I feel like this is a harder matchup to deal with, but you know, they're probably really thinking, oh, I could just go for the combo here. Like they have like exactly enough. Like they can go like inside out, discard everything. So they might just want to go tribe. It's happening. It's happening. They're gonna inside out. And we're gonna blue blast it. Yeah, sorry, we are going to blue blast that. It is a red spell. Can't have you doing your shenanigans, mate. But they did it the right thing as well. And how layering works is that you can do that. And they haven't lost anything. We just counted their inside out and called it a day. Sorry, I should have tapped to get rid of it. But anyway, we just get rid of... We should have gone rid of the white creature there. Sorry. That was a whoopsies. All right. And then our turn... They can cook us. Doesn't feel like the greatest combo style. I think we just pass, see what they do, and then we can just boomerang a land if we want to on end step. I can definitely go like land and cook us. The old escape tunnel, eh? Are you doing it again? I mean, you're pursuing. Okay, that's fine. Well, at least we can exile both those things. Right. Let's boomerang some stuff out, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe just return actually this. We'll return we do the planes. I'm really tempted just to do... So I kind of need like an Essence Scatter-esque thing. Let's return this. I think and then we actually try to This sounds crazy, but I actually basically want to just draw a land so we can Fleet Admiral. Come on, land me. Oh, so mean. Alright, we'll just turf. We'll turf win them here. Not happy about it though, but we had to just, I think, play just a little bit differently. See, now we get the Swiftwater Cliffs. And we're kind of forced to just go like tap land and keep up the boomerangs. But at least we can boomerang the tribe end step if we need to. And they can also just have the combo as well. Inside out and... No, they don't. Okay. I love the engine with these multi-spells. Honestly, they're so good. Yeah, thrilling. Yep, get it back, draw a lot of cards. We are going to boomerang that Tireless Tribe away. And then we're going to play this Azure Fleet Admiral. And then hopefully, with that, we can get somewhere. They already played a land this turn. Do this now. We're not losing 1 damage. I don't know if it'll matter, but it might. Have to clean up. There we go, just like that. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, land's nice. Let's play this. They can't give their dude haste. I do like having the Monarch. I mean, Hoodwink's interesting as well. Probably going to cut some level of Hoodwinks maybe. But what we can do is we can Hoodwink their planes on our turn. And then, well, if they don't play one, they might play an escape tunnel or something like that. And then we can safely boomerang that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're playing another red source. Faithless Looting. We can always reset that. That's what I like. 2 Spirit Mascots. Okay, alright. Don't get me wrong, it's a tall order. It's a very tall order. Alright, Lauren revealed. I think we are just doing that to get another island. But I'm not loving our chances here. Play the islands. So we've got 1, 2, 3. You boomerang this now. Block that. I'm just thinking if we Hoodwink, boomerang. No, we're still 1 short. I think we just pass. Obviously not attack, because we might just get something fun here off the top. Hydroblast is a fantastic draw, so we can just cook one of these Spirit Mascots and block the other one. Hydroblast is nice. It's very nice. There's a Tireless Tribe. I feel mindful of that combo as well. Yeah, they can aura, they can discard heaps of that stuff. We just let them do that, and then let's just boomerang Hydroblast and boomerang respectively. If only we kept our relic, eh? Big daddies, these ones. Okay. Okay, see here, let's just cook this. Cast that. It is gone. It is gone. And then, yeah, we'll just boomerang that, I think. Methinks. Bing bong. Keep the monarch and hopefully we can get there with that. Let's just hoodwink back a planes, I think. So they just have less to do with that. Alright. Yeah, they got cleanup. They have to discard a lot. And then, yeah, we can just drop our 2 creatures. Tara is nice as well. So we've got 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Talarian Terror is good to go. Let's attack the Azure Fleet Admiral. I think we're still playing the Terror out. You can give it unblockable. They can just cook us, don't get me wrong. I think we do the Solfatara because if we draw a boomerang, then we can survive as well. There we go. Let's go here. This, not like a numpty. There we go. And they can, don't get me wrong, we can very much have the combo. But we've got to play to our best of our ability, and this is what we have, so. Don't know if they want to just play the mascot again. We're kind of cooked to like a Sajeri step, really. They're playing a mascot. That's fine with me. Because it's out of nowhere, it does good things for us. If they can attack, I don't want to hang on to this Eye of Nowhere as well. Alright, we will block. I think they do have, again, Inside Out and then Lauren's Escape essentially, but we will block this. Need 2 for the ward here. Let's just Eye of Nowhere the Tireless Tribe, I think. I think that's where we're at. That happens. See, a lightning axe. Oh, it's a sorcery. Ah. Right, well, they're touching. They gain the monarch from us. At least we can boomerang this. I mean, they have so many cards in hand. It doesn't really matter that much. Maybe we're meant to just Eye of Nowhere during our turn, then potentially. Alright, we draw a card here. What do we have? Just lands. Okay. Well, let's return a bunch of their stuff. The first things first is we will return you. And then we'll attack for 3. Get the monarch back. And then we'll play this fog boy. And then hopefully they don't cook us. Yep, thank you. A blocker. Oh, sorry. We'll go to damage and then we'll play the Fogbringer. Alright. Definitely just going to put back this plains. And then, I mean, don't get me wrong, they can still combo us off quite easily. A red blast would be nice. A blue blast. Not Solfatara this time. All right, this was a little bit harder, this matchup, but it was fantastic against the 2 Gates decks that we fought. Yeah, I think they have us here now. They basically just need a lightning axe and they can do it. Got 12 cards in hand. Go through half their deck. I think they have it here. Yeah, escape tunnel. There you go. GG's. Alright, there we go. Honestly, I actually really love this deck, to be honest. It was so good. Especially when we're in the play. I think what I'd probably... Let's do a little bit of a wrap up. Like, on God, this deck was sick. It was very, very good. Alright, so thank you, Buns, for letting me play this awesome deck. It was really fun, and I think the meta right now is actually pretty good for it. Like, when I've been playing a lot of rounds online, it's been primarily gates, which this deck absolutely just, like, destroys. Then playing tap lands. Yeah, Scred is an instant thank you. Yeah, so what I was thinking about with this deck is that I think you... Obviously, the Hoodwinks and Boomerangs are fantastic. The impulses are kind of good for the lands as well. You could probably operate on like a fully instant speed basis. And I'm thinking what this deck might want to do is change the lands to snow lands and run 4 Screds. Just because I think we need some way to deal with Wrathing Chrysalis and any key creatures that are pretty big. And I think Scred's the best way to do that. And also it just allows us to have a bit more oomph to survive into a little bit later with the breath weapons and whatnot. So I am a big fan of this. I think also sometimes the 5 blasts, I have done this before, running 5 blasts in both colors and whatnot. I think you could potentially even... I've been really hot on Cast Into the Fire. Yeah, Bouncing the Gates has been good. You could run Cast Into the Fire instead of the Still Sabotages. And then, I know this also bounces artifact lands though, that's also a thing to recognize here. But Cast Into the Fire exiles lands, artifact lands, and it also deals 1 damage. So it's similar to this Fire Ice dealio. So you could even probably run a couple Cast Into the Fires, maybe cut these 2 Still Sabotages, run like 3 Cast Into the Fires. And then I'm thinking about just the fast deck. So that's what the Cast Into the Fire is there for, and the Screds would help out as well. And probably even cut... I was a big fan of this Dawn Guard. The Vigilance, it was very good. Terrors were cracked. Probably go up to the 4th Lorien Revealed for the land. Cut that. And probably keep 19. Probably even go down to... No, probably keep 19 and go up to the 4th Lorien Revealed. This is all good. Don't change any of this. This is fantastic. I think the Eye of Nowheres, they are kind of nice, but you could probably cut these as well. Maybe go up to the 4th Fog Bringer. And then, yeah, go get rid of these and just put in Screds, I think. Just so you have a way to get through the early games to get into this. And honestly, this, I never thought about running this, but like just having 4 Tolarian Terror is such a good idea. So thank you, Buns. Fantastic deck. Yeah, I was very pleased with it and how good it is. And yeah, definitely run it in this meta, I think. You can probably take this through a league and do okay.